Brace yourself, sports and music fans, because every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Arizona time is GO time. Introducing one of the hottest, most entertaining, and downright addictive podcasts you'll ever need. PD&J Was Good Today. Hosted by none other than J-Dub the King and Pocket. These two dynamic personalities will keep you on the edge of your seat with their unique blend of humor, storytelling, and knowledge of sports and entertainment. And you know what makes it even better? They're live on YouTube and Facebook, so you can join the conversation and be a part of the action. We're always on the lookout for awesome guests to join us on the show. So if you think you've got what it takes to hang out with J-Dub the King and Pocket, then slide into our inbox at J-Dub the King. That's JDUBBTHAKING. And let's make some magic together. So what are you waiting for? You don't want to miss a single episode. See you on Wednesday. On One Music Group presents You Gonna Know Me Live, starring J-Dub the King. Also featuring Drew, Kayla V, Marvello Hathaway, Keem Riches, and more. DJ CJ Smooth on the ones and twos with great food and unbelievable drinks. This will be a vibe you definitely want to be in the building for. And don't forget, prizes will be raffled off. This is happening live Saturday, September 20th at Coops, 8455 West Peoria Ave. $10 cover, doors open at 8 p.m. and show starts at 8:30 p.m. You want to make sure you are in the building.
What up, folks? What is good? It's a brand new Wednesday, a brand new week, so you already know what it is. It's a brand new episode of PD&J Was Good Today. I'm your host, but hold on a second. As you can see, we're doing a little bit different this week, but I got a special guest with me. Not really, but you know who it is.
I'm not special. I don't care what y'all say. I am not special. I refuse to believe that. I will be a guest, but I will not be special.
You wrote the bus. You wrote the bus.
I might have driven the bus around the corner.
No, you was probably driving that motherfucker.
What's good, folks? Glad to be back.
Good, folks. How you doing? How you doing? As you can see, we didn't have a show last week. Yeah. But
well, of course it was. Well, it was special, you know. Special shout out to my wife. We celebrated our 8th wedding anniversary. We did a little staycation, got away from everybody. If you follow us on social media, yes, you did see me actually post this time. I'm trying to get better, y'all. I swear. I say it every year, but I did it this year. So, but in 90 days, I'll post more pictures. But let's get on with the show. What's up, True Lou? We see you out there, my brother.
In 90 days, you're going to post more. What the hell?
Awesome. Thank you. But, you know, we got a very good show for y'all. Although I think it's inappropriate a label as is there 2 sides, because technically there's always 3 sides, but we're just going to talk about 2, I guess, today. J-Dub, what you got for me today?
So, let's get right on into it. So, I've been seeing a couple of things on social media, and it's been heightening my awareness. So, as we know, everybody posts a lot of videos on social media platforms. But what's been going on, there's been a trend lately of what I like to call spoof videos. And what I mean by spoof videos is that it's a parody video. Basically, you're taking a real life situation and making a dramatization out of it. But the problem is that I'm having with it It's almost like the boy who cried wolf, because in the descriptions of said videos, there is no disclaimer, at least on majority, if not all of the videos I've seen. There's no disclaimer saying, hey, this is fake, or hey, this is a skit, or whatever case may be. Case in point, I saw a video where a black meter maid lady was going around doing her job. Okay. As she was doing her job, as she was doing her job, she came across a police car that was a supposed police car that was illegally parked. Okay. So the cop is coming out of a corner store asking, well, why are you giving me a ticket? Why are you see that this is a police car? Why are you writing this police car a ticket? Don't you see I'm in uniform? I'm here for official business, whatever case may be. The issue was, and this is exactly what the meter lady said. Well, if you were on official police business, why are you walking out with a coffee cup? And second of all, if you put business, why is not your lights on, whatever case may be, to know that you're here on official business? And so they got into a slight argument. He was accosting her. She wrote him the ticket and went about her way. Within minutes later, he tracks her down and says, well, believe it or won't you believe it, I just got a call from dispatch that there's a fake meter maid running around issuing fake tickets. And lo and behold, I met you earlier. And ironically, I just got this call over dispatch. She said, as you can see, I'm wearing the official this, that. I have my official this. Here's my ID. Like, what more do you need? He begins to assault this woman. And what I mean by assault this woman, he takes, because you know they have that electric ticket generator, whatever the case may be, snatches it out of her hand, tosses it to the ground, shatters it, pushes her up against said police car, arrests her, and so on and so forth. I had to stop watching the video because it really, and I actually sent this video to Pop, and we both started doing research on it. He's like, this is a fake video. Here's the people that did it. Come to find out, the people that put this video out, they have a Instagram page that is just that. They put spoof parodies together of real life situations that happen. Here's the problem that I have with this. You're not doing it in the sense of awareness. You're doing it in the sense of fear. And the reason why I say that is that the climate, the time of age of where we're in and how you're doing it is like the boy who cried wolf, because you're putting all these fake videos out that once something real happens, everybody in the social media world is going to be all like, that's fake. We're already dissecting and overanalyzing and things on social media now. So what's going to happen to when a real life situation happens, but there's so many spoof videos out, nobody wants to know if it's real or fake or whatever. It's becoming a little bit of a problem for me, just for the simple fact that I'm seeing this more and more and more.
Well, actually, that's not the problem for me. Is what it's doing is desensitizing the actual situations that are going on. That's the problem for me. The actual situation I'm going to actually go to refer to is right after that. You have the Cincinnati beatdown of two white people by a bunch of black people. That just went on social media and was on the news, but there was no uproar about it. You go to look at the comments, and it was more people not even concerned, but laughing. And I'm like, but this actually happened, where the gentleman, the older white gentleman that was beat up, was bleeding from his nose, his mouth, his ears. That's some serious stuff there, man. He could have a brain bleed for all we know. And then you have another spoof video to come back, taking situations that or taking a bunch of situations and creating a video. Oh, we got a question coming in right here. What's it say? Are they being paid to make those videos? And if so, who's playing them? So here's the thing, Trulu. What you got to remember is, what's the best way to go viral?
Meta pays these people. There's people that go Instagram famous just for making shorts and reels. And YouTube and Meta, once you get to a certain threshold of followers, once you become verified, and you have so many views on a reel, especially if you're promoting or advertising a brand, yeah, they'll pay. They do get paid. They absolutely do. And there's some content creators that's making a solid living off doing that. But because they do that, you got some content creators that's going on extreme measures to create content just to get a paycheck. Now, are there some real, true, genuine content creators that's out there that's creating true, genuine content? Absolutely. There's a lady by the name of Kitty Rose who's a part of the Truth Conversation or the Truth Circle or whoever it is, and I love the content that they put out. They put content out that's in regards to relationships, living life, just a lot of things in just general standpoints that's good, positive, and uplifting. And then you got content creators that go around filming people getting shot, filming brawls, taking surveillance videos and putting it out there just so that way they can get a check. And those are the things that I don't agree with, because at the end of the day, you have an opportunity to use your platform for good, but you're not. You're feeding into the masses. You're not creating change. You're one of the ones that's causing the situation to escalate more than what it really needs to be, if that makes sense. Like, you got everybody was complaining that years ago we didn't have a voice for this, we didn't have a voice for that. Well, we got to rely on this person for this or this person for that, your local councilman or councilwoman or politics, whatever case may be. Ever since social media was created, that allows you your platform to speak your truth on what you want to be heard. The problem is money got involved. The problem is, I'm just going to say it, politics got involved and created a narrative, and everybody fed into the narrative. Now we're fucked. I'm just going to say it. Just going to say it. Because of the narrative that's being controlled. Okay, let's go back to even early hip hop. I'm not even going to go back early hip hop. I'm going to say late 80s, early 90s hip hop. There was that positive movement of hip hop that was getting traction. It was getting traction, started getting radio play. Some people started going platinum on this, that, and everything else. And then they want to say, well, gangster rap changed the landscape of hip hop, which it did, but the narrative was put in the place to do so. And everybody fed off that narrative. Everybody dived in off that narrative. Everybody played into the same playbook. So it's like, okay, when you look at those factors and everything that comes around with that, it's like, okay, what can we do now to change and shift that narrative?
Well, the easiest way to shift any narrative is just stop paying attention to it. But the problem with that is, the number one problem to that is that just because you stop, that means you got to make it contagious to stop. You have to pass the word along. And as we know in the Black community, unfortunately, the only thing that passes along is negative. Think about it. Right? What's hot? What's the wildest hot fire going on right now? I'm not talking about Ralph Lauren. We can talk about that, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Shannon Sharp. The fact that he lost the ESPN job. Now all of a sudden that's hot fire. But the whole thing is, my thing about it is, if you know ESPN's history, if you really understand ESPN's history, if you have anything coming out with sexual, domestic, or anything like that, look at Michael Irvin, gone. Ray Lewis, gone. They have a somewhat of a zero tolerance policy, and I'm gonna explain that in a minute. Somewhat of a zero tolerance policy when it comes to things like that. Why do I have to say somewhat? Stephen A. had allegations against him in the past that got wiped under the rug. How? He makes the most money on ESPN. Ray Lewis only lost his job with ESPN, and Michael Irvin and I want to say Dion and a couple of them only lost their jobs once ESPN got bought by Disney, which is ironic because we know Disney's history. But the only way to stop it, it's amazing to me that when something negative happens, it spreads like wildfire.
Don't get me started on Disney and ESPN, bro. See, because Disney has been trying to paint this picture that's not true. We know why Disney love kids. We know.
They love kids.
I'm just not going to speak on it, right? But here's the thing: when it comes to Shannon Sharpe, that pissed me off about it. The shit that happened with Deion Sanders, even with Michael Irvin on NFL Network, right? And I know the Michael Irvin situation wholeheartedly because the shit happened out here. You know what I mean? The one thing that they all three, including Shannon Sharpe, had in common is that they denied. Now, the difference between Shannon Sharpe and Michael Irvin, just for example, although Michael lost his job, Michael Irvin also lost a $50 million contract. Michael Irvin also lost all kinds of endorsements just based off the allegation. He's still fighting it. And then comes to find out the girl, the lady, whatever, the bitch, whatever you want to call her, was lying about the whole incident. So what Michael Irvin did, he sued her for $50 million, knowing that.
Hold up, stay right there for a minute. Let's stay right there for a minute. So he lost his ability to be he's still a millionaire, but he lost his ability to gain more income. And what does she get? What does she lose? This is the biggest issue I have is when, let's talk about the cry wolf. There's a lot of situations that they're not crying wolf, but when they are, they're not being held accountable. So that's why it keeps happening. People don't hold them accountable. The prosecutors lick their chops and everything. Oh, we got another one. We got another athlete here.
Sharp. And see, the thing about Shannon Sharpe, everybody knew it was a money grab from the beginning. Everybody knew it. Now, keep this in mind, the timing. Let's go through the timeline of events, right? This nigga accidentally goes live on Instagram while he's making love, right? He gets dragged through the mud. Then all of a sudden, the Cat Williams interview comes out on Club Shay Shay. After that interview comes out, all of a sudden, this girl, this OnlyFans model, comes out of nowhere and make this blatant accusation. And everybody, including his legal team, said it was a money grab. She was asking for $50 million. This man undeniably, unequivocally denied these allegations. Hell, even Stephen A. was fighting for him to not be suspended off of ESPN because they felt they were faulty allegations, right? Now, all of a sudden, if you are so innocent, my dude, why did you settle? Because now you're taking a hit twice. You done settled and have to come out of money. Plus, you just lost your job. And because of how you just lost your job, you can't go to NFL Network. They're not going to hire you.
Well, first thing I want to do, I want to correct you right there. Well, hold up. Let me just throw a correction out there before somebody else does. The Cat Williams interview happened before he was clapping cheeks, whatever you want to call it. It happened before.
Was it before the allegation? I
Yeah,
know it was around the same time. It was right around the same time. So
no, it wasn't.
Yeah, okay. So if it was
The Cat Williams happened.
I know it was right around the same time.
No, Cat Williams thing happened in September, and the clapping cheeks happened in I believe January or something like that. Or no, other way around. Sorry, other way around.
I thought it was literally within.
I think. Let me.
So yeah, the Cat Williams interview came out first, and then
yeah. Cat Williams interview came out first, and then the clap. Exactly. If you happen, clap your cheeks. Innocent to happen. But here's the thing I want to talk. Actually, no. Let's stay there. Let's stay there for a minute, because guess what? Do you remember that he got a sponsorship from some sex pill or something regarding after that happened?
Bluetooth.
So how do we know that wasn't a Bluetooth? Is it what? Who? Bluetooth? You said Bluetooth?
A marketing plug. Hey, that's a fact. But after that video came out and that was all came out, he was all like, "Man, I got off that Bluetooth." Yeah.
Oh, Bluetooth. I thought you said Bluetooth. I'm like, Bluetooth.
Yeah.
I thought you said Bluetooth. I was like, wait, what? Bluetooth? Huh. Well, yeah, Bluetooth. Whatever you just said, but it's amazing. He always became a marketing sponsor for that pill after the sex tape happened, the accidental live Instagram show that we couldn't see anything, but we heard everything. It just makes me wonder, was that a marketing ploy to get more money?
Now, would you say that was a fake video? Was that a fake live, or was he really getting it in?
Oh, he was. I don't know. We got to watch the commercial. You got to watch the commercial. I'm not sure myself. I was like, I didn't even know what happened until I think you messaged me, and I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, Shannon Sharp went live. And I'm like, huh? And I go back.
Hey, it sounded like he was giving her a big.
I actually know what it sounds like. No. I'm gonna tell you what it sounds like. So my wife, kids, and I, we went to the this reptile sanctuary, and you heard the turtles going, huh? And you go over. I'm like, oh Lord, what the heck? I'm like, so this little kid's like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, he's trying to climb over her to get to the other side or something we said. And then now all of a sudden, when I go back thinking about Shannon Sharp, we sound like one of them damn turtles. Give me my Gatorade. I need my Gatorade. So that's all I thought about with turtles. I'm like, oh my God, what the heck, Shannon? Really? Come on now. What
is wrong with you right now, bro? What's wrong with you?
All I say, just don't go to the zoo when it's a changing of the season. Don't take your kids to the zoo, the changing of the seasons, because it's going to be stuff you're going to have to explain, or you're going to have to come up with something, because I don't know what they're doing. I've never seen that before in my life. Because it's some interesting stuff that goes on in the zoo during the changing of the seasons. If you don't know, watch National Geographic. I'm just going to put it that way. But, getting back to the subject, ESPN does what ESPN does. Well, we know that. Disney is no longer ESPN, it's Disney. Disney does what they're going to do to protect their image. That's okay. Shannon Sharp ain't hurting. I mean, be honest with you, the podcast is still running numbers. He's still getting popular interviews. He's still getting interviews people can't get because they want to become the next Cat Williams, or what they say. It happens. But again, it goes back to what I said. If You want to stop the spoof videos? The number one thing to stop doing is stop sharing them. Going back to this right here, are they being paid? It's not just Meta paying them. It's not just one company paying them. What's getting them paid is the fact that it keeps being shared. It keeps, you watch it, you comment on it. Everybody, you share it. Hey, man, did you see this video? And people look at it, and then they share it. And then it gets popular. People commenting on it. People arguing in the comments. As they're arguing in the comments, all the person is doing is going ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Because guess what? That negativity is building their money. Is lining their pockets. No pun intended. Well, my pockets ain't yet lined, so I can say that. But that's what's happening. To stop it, you just gotta ignore it. My favorite spoofs right now are the Bigfoot spoofs. With Bigfoot all over the place, showing up and running through the woods and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. That's stuff I watch. Unless I get a crazy video from Jay like that. Then I gotta take a look at it, and then I'm like, okay, let me see, let me take a look, let me look up police reports, let me look up something. But then when you got the thing in Cincinnati that's actually real, that the Cincinnati mayor came out and condemned.
Now hold on, time out. It's not always crazy videos that I be because you can be somebody in this shit too.
Hey, we see why you bringing up old shit. We talking about you right now. We talking about what you sent me. We ain't talking about what I sent you. That's not what we're talking about. No. We're not doing that. We're talking about.
Oh, I'm going in and out.
Why you bringing up? We talking about what you sent me. We talking about what I sent you. That's not what we're talking about. No. We're not doing that. We're talking about. You should be good now. All we see is you bopping back and forth. You good?
I'm back. Yeah. So you be sending me some crazy stuff too, bro. Look, I told you I'm not going to hell with you, and I know you're driving the bus. So you pull up to my house, the rebuke you sign will be out.
That ain't gonna stop me from opening the door. That ain't gonna stop me from opening that door. Cause we all riding here. We ride or die.
You're gonna have to have it.
We ride at dawn.
Okay.
We ride at dawn.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Somebody get this man. No, but no, on some real stuff, like it goes back to everything what I was talking about when it comes to like, the boy that cried, right? Like women have always been trying to get over on men for a lot of crimes. A lot of men have been accused of stuff that they did not do by women, and women get away with it. And I'm tired of seeing that. I'm tired of seeing the spoof videos, because here's the thing about it, and it goes both ways with the sexual assault on women and men. Right? Because women would falsely accuse men, but there's some women that actually get assaulted. Nobody would believe them. So it does happen on both sides. But with these spoof videos that come out, you're just adding to the narrative of the boy that cries wolf. Nobody's going to believe this shit. It needs to stop.
And that is totally correct. But the whole thing is, when we look, now here's the thing: when he mentions assault, he's not just talking about men versus women, women versus men. There's women versus women. There's men versus men. There's men versus women, women versus men. It's all aspects of it. All aspects of it. And we ain't talking. We can go into numbers with colors. If you want to go to colors, you can. But we're not doing that because it's a problem. Period. It don't matter what color you are. It don't matter about that. It just so happens that we see a lot of assaults for years that have gone, false assaults have gone against the minority communities for years. Emmett Till was the number one that everyone always bring up. But you think about that, like There's been a lot of cases of
And
Emmett
what did
Till.
he do? What did he do? No, what was he accused of doing?
Raping a white woman.
No.
The
thing that he just whistled. That's what they said he did. They just said he whistled at a white girl. Just whistled.
Right, but they called it. Remember, they called it assault. They called it assault or rape or something like that. That's what they had to. That's what they went by, and they hung his ass. And then years later, what ends up happening?
Just for whistling. You know what I mean? And look where we're at now. Look where we're at now, bro. For real. So they say, there's nothing new under the sun, right? There really isn't nothing new under the sun. There is a lot of things that change in time, but as far as nothing being new under the sun, there's three things that I could tell you would never be different under the sun, and that's your morals, your values, and your ethics. So if you got bad morals, bad values, bad ethics, blame your mama and your grandmother, your daddy and your granddaddy, because those don't change. Those are what you pass on from generation to generation.
Well, yes and no. I'm going to say yes and no. They can be passed on, but the whole thing is your morals can change. Because how many times have we seen an instance in a family where there's good morals, but then all of a sudden out of nowhere, the person just decides, forget the morals. I'm going to do what the hell I want. Forget what you taught me. I'm going to do things the hard way. When we see that, Gen Z, talking to you, that's where we see it at the most. Some things
stop right there. Stop right there. Hold on. So we're not Gen X, but I don't consider myself to be a millennial. We're damn sure not Gen Z. So anybody that's born from 1980 to 89, what do where do we fit? Are we like the lost
millennial
generation?
That's the millennial. That is the millennial generation. It's
but
funny.
We're not millennials. Like, come on, man.
Is it not universal that somebody sneezes? You would think so. I don't know how many times I had to bless myself when I sneeze. I'm like, oh, well, bless me.
Man. But back to my question.
Actually, you know what I say?
We're not the millennials. Stop putting us in that category, bro.
Why? What's wrong with being the millennial? Because that's one of the last latchkey. The millennials are the last generation of latchkey kids. The millennials are the ones that bridge the gap between Saturday morning cartoons and cell phones. The last generation, Saturday morning cartoons, Kung Fu theater, all that is what bridges with the millennials.
But there is none of that
anymore.
Here's the thing. I would rather y'all call us the transitional generation than the millennials, because here's the thing
you ain't calling me. Hey, you know what? Now you're part of the alphabet community, because I am not calling myself transitional. You can be a transition or transmitter or whatever. That's on you. That ain't gonna be me.
Oh shit! But what I mean by that is the aspect of, like, you're right.
They stole the rainbow. They stole the alphabet. Hell, they stole all that. Nope, that ain't me. That you can be transitional. No way. Mm-mm.
You done?
You brought it up. I'm just making sure we're getting a lot of people tuning in, and they may tune in at the wrong time. I'm just coming out and letting y'all know.
No. What I meant by that is like you said, we're the last of the latchkey generation. We're in the beginning of the pager period, which the millennials don't know nothing about pagers. However, they know about cell phones, right? It's like, come on, man. Like, I didn't. It came out wrong. It did. But you understand what I meant. You understand? Stop it. Chulu, go sit in the corner. Go sit in the corner. 5 minutes.
But it's like, so I understand what you're saying. I was like, honestly, you know what I call us? The last generation of common sense.
I'll say the last real nigga generation. That's
we're the last generation of common sense.
You're still sitting in the corner, Chulu. Go sit in the corner.
All we're saying is you did not think that through.
I didn't. I admit that I didn't, but you didn't have to call me out like that. And then Chulu gonna come behind you and co-sign on that. So both of y'all go sit in the corner.
I ain't sitting in no corner. You need to think your thought through before you can come up with something.
You said you had enough of that. You had enough of that.
Because ain't no
that when you was a kid, huh?
You is not. No. Oh hell. See. Now, truly, yeah. See. Now Jay had to drop out. He had to transition. He had to make a transition real quick. He'll be back because he had to do a transition real quick, or check his transmission or something. I have no idea. But you know,
I have to go get me another beer because y'all fucking with me right now.
But you know, honestly, folks, if you can decrease, it's easy to spread negativity. It always is. It's easy. It's easy to be negative because you see it all the time, online, day to day, on TV. Everything promotes negativity. The only way to be positive is two things. Think about this. You woke up. We lost at least, I think, 4 people now. Ryan Sandberg, Ozzy Osbourne. Help me out here. Who else we lose?
They had a memorial service in Buckingham today, and I saw Sharon. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Sharon. I saw Sharon, and she could barely keep it together herself. So, and to me, it looked like the kids were staying strong for Sharon. You know what I mean? She could not hold it together. You know what I mean? And my heart goes out to that family.
And that's not. I'm trying to just think of everybody because there's been a lot this past couple weeks. We kept losing. Who? Oh yeah, Malcolm Jamal Warner. So it's easy to be negative.
There's been a lot of people that done died. The Italian guy that died, that was a movie actor. He played on a lot of iconic movies. I can't think of his name right now. But he just recently passed away. But
basically what I'm saying is it's easy to wake up and be negative. But out of that, at least you woke up. Start there. You want to try and turn from being negative to positive, start with that. Thank God I woke up this morning. Whatever you want to say, you know, I'm alive. I'm alive to be negative. How about I stop being negative and be positive?
Right.
No matter, all of us that are watching this show, I guarantee no matter how negative we are, there's one person that can't even turn on their TV. There's one person that has no AC. There's somebody out there that's trying to figure out what bill can they pay to keep going. There's somebody out there that can't do the school shopping for their children. But here we are complaining about everyday life when everyday life is actually not that bad. And then not only that, not only doing that, guess what? We're complaining or living negative.
Or people want to troll people or people. No. Stop. Look, time out. Or you got people that is so miserable in their own goddamn skin that they troll other motherfuckers to make their lives miserable for no goddamn reason.
So I'm going to say this again, y'all. As much as we have fun here, if you realize We only try to talk to you about stuff that we see that's going on, or that stuff that's been sent to us that they want us to talk about. But at the same time, we always want to leave you with something positive. No matter what we talk about every show, we try to leave you with something positive because that's what you want.
I didn't even want to talk about this. I brought this up because I've had multiple requests in regards to talking about this, because there's been instances where I've gotten messages where people would get involved in a situation that they have nothing to do with, but now their name isn't. You get what I'm saying? And then you see this type of video, and then you see these type of videos that's going on online, and it's like, all right, look, okay, really? Like, so people are really feeding into the narrative that they gonna look. It's just like it's just like somebody that becomes an SVU detective, right? Everywhere they look and they see sexual assault, right? You're new to the job.
So they look at something that'll lead to that. And then that's the first thing they think about. People don't understand why some of these cops don't keep relationships, drinking problems, end up to sometimes drug problems, just problems in general in their general life, end up killing themselves because of all the negativity that surrounds them. They don't have that out. They don't have that escape. They take it with them everywhere they go. My heart always goes out to people in those special victims units or those special departments that see death and see
special departments. Yes, right. But here, as far as like, let's talk about the everyday beat officer, a patrol officer, right? Not a detective, but a patrol officer, right? I honestly feel like if you're a patrol officer, you patrol neighborhoods you grew up in, or that you're fairly familiar with, or that you have some sort of reputation of. You should not. And I know we have a lot of people that listen from different states, different parts of the world, or whatever. So I'm gonna point this to Phoenix, Arizona. Now, Phoenix, Arizona is a big metropolitan city. So in Phoenix, there's many different inner cities that aren't really inner cities, but let's just say inner cities, that's a part of Phoenix, right? I don't believe that you should have a police officer from Scottsdale join the Phoenix Academy and patrol the south side of Phoenix. It's not going to work.
Huh? I'm trying to picture it, but I understand what you're saying. I'm trying to picture that. I was like, I don't know who signs off on that, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm like whoever signs off on that. That's
you're in Arizona. You're in Arizona right along with me, right? So hush. So you're in Arizona right along with me. So you know how Scottsdale is. You take somebody that was born and raised in Scottsdale, Arizona, decides to join Phoenix PD because Scottsdale PD is not hiring, but Phoenix PD is hiring, goes through the police academy. Now, all of a sudden, he's patrolling the south side of Phoenix. You think that's going to work? Do you think he would be in? Because the whole thing about with police, they're supposed to protect and serve. They're supposed to be a part of the community. Now, that goes back to the videos of what I've been talking about. There's a lot of videos that go and highlight the negativity of police officers. Now, I don't like police officers personally. Me, personally, I don't, right? But there are some that are good. There are some that are out there for the community. There are some that are out there that indoctrinate themselves within the community. But you got some bad apples in the bunch, right? But one thing that I will say is that if you're not familiar with a district, if you're not familiar with a certain type of neighborhood, never even step foot in that neighborhood. I don't think that you should have the power to police and patrol that neighborhood, because every city is different. Every neighborhood is different. There are still neighborhoods that police themselves.
Yeah. And on that note, folks, like I said, we try to leave y'all with a positive note. I'm going to let Jay and his transitional what is millennial? Well, not millennial. His transitional generation, go and do what they transitionally do.
Anyway, we got to cut the show early. That's basically what he's saying. He got something to do with his daughter. Salute. Thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. Make sure y'all love one another. Next time you see a neighbor or somebody just in the street, instead of just walking by them and mean mugging them, smile. Say what up to them. You might make their day. Until next week, we love you.